Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mint Flips, where I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure to subscribe so you have a chance to win. I've got, I think, 15 orders going out today, but first thing I gotta do, and something I suggest people do when you have returns. Yes, the dreaded returns. This one, the buyer, they said it just wasn't what they wanted, and they wanted to return it. Okay, that's fine. They'll have to pay the return shipping, but I film when I open returns every single time. I've never had to use that footage, but it just covers my butt in case there's something I need to prove happened. This one, I can tell, first off, first class package in a priority flat rate envelope. I don't know what post office some of these people go to, but this is not the first time I've had this happen. This is probably the third. Where somebody sends a first class package and not something you can send a first class package. This is priority packaging. I don't know. If I did this in my post office, the next day it would end up on my porch. But I can feel that they did not re-bubble wrap the items like I had sent them. I sent them in a poly bag, but I had bubble wrapped the items inside that poly bag. They're just loose in here, flopping around, and it's an electronic piece of equipment, so I'm gonna film opening up just to be sure. Okay, so I won't show you the part where I struggled to open that with one hand. Not saying it's easy, but it's worth it. But it did. It powered on. Shut down. Yeah, go ahead. Powered on. But if you do remember, this was an item that I didn't want to sell because I want it. So maybe this is a sign that now it's mine. Or maybe I'll just relist it today, because things like that, it's almost too easy to relist it because I just go to the old listing and sell similar and then boom, it's live again. So I don't know. I'll make that decision today, but it seems to be okay, even though they just threw it into a loose bag. That's just, you know, I'm not saying they were doing it on purpose to be a turd, but it's just probably more of a misunderstanding of the amount of care you need to take to get something safely to someone. But let's go ahead and pull some orders. Glad that worked out fine. I will go ahead and refund their money as soon as I'm done filming. First thing going out to Wig. It's a Kemper Original B5A17. B5A17. Here we go, B5A17. I'm gonna leave that one down just in case I need it again. But it is I think a red wig of some kind. Doll wig, Connie, carrot red. For that one, $16.19 free shipping. I had somebody reach out to me today and ask how they could tell which doll wig would go to their doll, like what the measurements mean as far as, because this one is a size 12-13, like what that means to their doll. And don't ever give information like you know what you're talking about if you don't know what you're talking about. I just simply told them I am not someone who knows doll wigs. I just have doll wigs. I'm sorry I can't provide you with that information. Your best options would be Google or YouTube, which for the most part, that's where they should go first. It would be much quicker than waiting for my response, but I think they just assume that I know information. $16.19 free shipping if I didn't say, but just don't ever give out for sure factual information unless you are for sure that it's factual. It's just a good way to get yourself in trouble later on. And even if you're like on the fence a little bit, like you're like, yeah, I know, and then you kind of question it, go with no, or go look it up yourself. But usually I pass that off onto them because most times questions do not turn into sales. So I also don't want to waste my time. Go Google it. I'm not going to go Google it for a $9.99 free shipping item. That's a colossal waste of my time. I had mentioned a while back, a few videos ago, that I had a rude customer open up a return on the wigs because the tags were misprinted and all that kind of stuff, whatever. The whole point of it was that they were just mean and rude. And then similarly, I had something happen again. I think the tags on these from the company just aren't that good at actually telling you what the item is, because they said, oh, I needed this size. It says it's this size, but they had said it in a positive feedback. They left me positive feedback because I had packaged it well, shipped it fast, and shipped them the item in a good condition. But it was not the right item. It was the right item in the listing. The tag was mislabeled. So I saw that in my feedback, which they left a positive feedback. They did not need to do that at all. The wording, if they left me a negative feedback and left the same wording would have sounded very negative. So they were, I don't know, just a nice person. So I reached out to them and I said, hey, I appreciate the positive feedback. Even though you're dissatisfied with the wig, you can return it if you'd like, or I can also offer you a significant discount on a different wig if you'd like to purchase another one. And they responded and said something along the lines of, no, it was clearly mismarked from the factory. That's in no way your fault. Not a problem at all. What a wonderful human being. I said, thank you. I appreciate that. But really, if you ever on any item want a discount, let me know, remind me of this situation, and I'll give you a discount. And that's why I bring it up again, because on the last time I said, if that person had just been polite or even just not rude, I would have offered them the world. Hey, keep that one, I'll refund you the money. Hey, keep that one, let me give you a discount on a different one and hopefully make up for that one. I can double check, I could do some things, da-da-da-da-da. That is the e-commerce dream. Because of those of you who resell but have never worked in actual in-a-store sales, that's the difference. The in-the-store sales, you got somebody over your shoulder, you got numbers to hit. You've got to explain yourself if a customer walks away. You have to sell to that customer. They could punch you. Your boss is still going to tell you, should have made the sale. Should have told them, hey, you got a nice right. Let me show you where our boxing gloves are. You know, they would try to upsell them. Hey, it looks like you hurt your hand. We have ice packs. You know, that's how sales in the real world work. So e-commerce, love it. Next up, Nike Air Force One on the desk. Way up here on the top. These are Air Force One 071 white red right here. These are used, but man, when Jen was cleaning up the shoes, she did such a good job. These look brand new. Actually, were these new? That's how good they look. Were they new? No, pre-owned, not new. Yeah, she did such a good job cleaning them up. Also, the person I bought these from, they, I think, wore their shoes once or twice and then bought another pair. They had a extensive collection. Whatever it was, 80 shoes or something like that. For those, $95 plus shipping going through authentication. So authentication on used is 100 and under, I thought. I mean, 100 and over. So they must include the shipping in that. I guess that makes sense because if it's free shipping, you know, that kind of thing. So that means actually pretty low dollar ones still end up going through authenticity. That's a bummer for the buyer because they have to pay extra shipping. And on the shoes, I paid between $20 and $25 a pair, the ones over on the desk with the boxes. And because of the influx of new viewers, when I bought the shoe collection, I was trying to double my money. I had no idea that I thought the shoes were all in the $50 to $70 range. And I thought there was two pair that were around $100 and nothing above it. And it ended up being only a couple were below $100. It was by far my best score. Next up, A2 is it's a cord. It's a Kawasaki cord. Let's see what we got. Kawasaki KDK. There's only a couple, so it shouldn't be too hard. Yes, it also has the white stripe. KDK FKS. Yep, that one right there. Just for a regular 2-prong cord, whatever that happens to go to. $12.59 free shipping on a 10% off sale. And since I'm over here, I had a couple people, I mentioned this in one video, it's just a Carefree sugarless gum wrapper. And I had a couple people go, wow, in the comments, wow, I can't believe, like, would that actually sell? And so just to be sure, because it had been listed for so long, I went and checked sold comps again. And there was 2 sold comps. One was a unopened pack that sold for $16 plus ship. There was an offer taken, so I don't really know how much they got. And then there was a lot of wrappers, 10, 20 wrappers, that sold for $9.99 plus ship, but now there are none available. Mine is the only listing. So if someone needs it for a project or as a gag gift or whatever reason, a collector, whatever reason they would want to buy it, I'm the only one available on eBay right now. So yes, it will eventually sell. Do I know how long it'll take? Not a clue. Do I care? No, because it is I got to find a better place, but because it is a piece of nothing. It's a tiny wrapper that I can put somewhere, file it away, and never have to think about or worry about till it sells because it takes up no space. If it was this, and I was questioning it, on how long tail would be, that I would be like, nah, not worth it. $9.99, that's not $9.99, but in that example it is. If it's taking up this much space but could sit around for years, that's a no. That, why not? And also, speaking of YouTube comments, I film ahead of time, edit multiple videos in a day, so when I finish one and upload it, and then start uploading the next one, and then I also do the same thing, you know, like that day, all of those days just kind of, they get all jumbled up. I have no idea what sales, what day. So lots of times comments, I don't really have context. So I almost have to, sometimes I have to even go back and watch part of the video to even figure out what's going on. So a couple of thoughts. One, if you make a comment with out of context, could you timestamp it for me so I can look at the video and know what you're talking about, so I can respond without just a generic, oh yeah, cool, you know, like that. I'd like to actually engage. The other thing, I think I'm going to start doing premieres with the video. If you don't know what a premiere is, it's when there's like a chat window open and it does like a countdown, and it's not a live video, but it goes live. And I would be there and I'd watch the episode with you guys. So I think I'm going to start doing that. Not every video, but sometimes. If you would like to engage in that kind of thing, make sure you've clicked the bell notification so that you know when the video is coming out, so that you're there when it's live and I'm sitting there and we can chat and comment and make jokes and you can make fun of me and I can try to take it in stride. That kind of thing. I think I'm going to start that next week. It's, you know, it's December, holiday season, kids getting out of school. Who knows? You know, it could be a next year thing, but if you notice that premieres start popping up, feel free to jump in. I would love to chat. Because I figured out I love when I do giveaways, because people who are not engaged, but probably, of course, watch my show, watch my channel, I get to see their names. Because I found this to be, as a content consumer, sometimes I felt almost jaded, not jaded, slighted. Because I would be watching a channel for multiple years, like every video, catching every one, but I'm not a commenter. I don't really do that. Usually I'm watching on a TV, so it's very difficult. I have to like open my phone and get to the point, whatever, all that. And so I would be an avid viewer. Like I have a personal relationship with this person, but they have no clue who I am because I've never commented. And I put a comment and it, you know, it doesn't get a response or a like or something like that. So I know how that feels on the other end. And so the subscriber ones are nice because it's a check-in. Who's watching? Who's here? Names I don't see every week. Names I've never seen. I really enjoy that. So every once in a while, if you just want to throw me a hi, hey, what's up? How's it going? I'll probably just give it the love react, but I mean, at least then we can start building a rapport. I know you, you know me, that kind of thing. I love it. Next up, B3 is a Bandai Miss Pac-Man. B3 Bandai Miss Pac-Man. And I mentioned that I might just give this to the kids for Christmas or just give it to them to have. And I forgot to pass that information along to Jen. So she listed it and it sold $17.99 free shipping. It's Miss Pac-Man. I probably would have played it more than them anyways. They're kids. If it's not Roblox, they don't care. Next up is B3H. It's a brass key holder. B3H. I don't know why, but it smells like rubber over here. I don't know. Hopefully there's nothing like melting. There's no reason it would be. But it's a keychain holder. So it's brass, looks like a key, and it holds your keys. I don't recall where I got this. But it's brass. I pick up brass if it's cheap. Almost all kinds. It's definitely... I keep making plans to make videos, like my top 10 favorite things to buy, all that kind of stuff. It takes so much time. I got more ideas than I got time, that's for sure. But brass is towards the top. I love dealing with brass. $20.69 free shipping for that. Next up, D2 is one of those Funko Pop base sets that I got retail arbitrage at Walmart for $1 a piece. I did end up going back and checking to see if there was any left. The rest were gone. I'm okay with that. Because at first I was like, I should have just bought them all. But no, this is one of the first retail arbitrages that has been has worked out perfect. What were the odds that this was going to be the one that worked out perfect? I'm okay with my decision. $10.49 free shipping for that one. Next up is a hat. It's a Carhartt insulated hat. This one right here. And it is used and a little gross, but it has, if I can get them out here, it's got insulated with the ear flappy type thing, back of your neck protector, whatever you want to call it. And I was kind of questioning this when it sold even, because I was like, how much could these possibly be new? But I looked, and these specific ones, I don't know if they still make these. I think they do, but I was seeing used ones in just good condition that were selling in the $50, $60 range. And that one, $20.99 free shipping for this dingy Carhartt hat. Got that in a Mikhail mystery box, so that would have cost me less than $1. Next up, D5 is a Department 56 Heritage Village. D5. Oh, I see it back there. It doesn't have a box. Okay. That's not the most fun. That's a lot of digging to get it out, so give me a second. All right, here it is. Bummer it doesn't have the original box, but that's okay. I'm a professional packer. Ornamental Ironworks, which would explain why there's all of these ornamental weather vanes that come with it. And I had said before, someone had reached out to me, actually a couple people had reached out to me, and asked if I would sell just these pieces, and I said, not a chance. It would suck all the value out of the item. And then, the person that purchased this one, before they bought it, they reached out and they said, are all the pieces good or there, or whatever, however they phrased it, which it's clearly pictured in the very first picture that they are. So I was, okay, don't phrase it like a jerk. Like, get this wording right. Like, yes, as in picture in picture one, that kind of thing. But yes, they are. And they said that they had recently bought one, and most of those came broken or missing or some type of issue. So apparently that's a common issue with this piece, is that these little pieces end up missing or broken or all the above, which is why I wasn't willing to part them out. $34.19 plus ship. I have no idea where I got that and no idea how much I paid for it. Next up is a pen. I think it's a pen pencil set in the, of course, pen box. What do we got? We got a, click on a bunch of things just to look at a picture. Okay, they have gold and they're geometric kind of. These ones right here. It is vintage auto point mechanical pencil, a Splund tree expert. I think calligraphy is the next word, but a Splund, A-S-P-L-U-N-D-H. That's a word I have never seen, read, heard, all the above. That might be a brand, but I don't think so. A Splund. I don't know, $12.67 free shipping for those. And the pen box is starting to dwindle. It's getting down. A lot of the ones left, though, are higher end, so hopefully sell through all of them. I'm not here to keep stuff, I'm here to sell stuff. Next up is B3D3. It's a star pin. It's a silver-toned tie-tack pin. This right here. Very Christmassy or Texas. I'm going to guess one of those two. See, is it heading to Texas? It is most definitely not heading to Texas. So I'm guessing some type of Christmas. All right, $8.99 free shipping for that. Next up, B3B is a Hallmark Lionel train ornament. B3B, tucked back in here. This one right here, Lionel train. And these Hallmark keepsakes, you got to be careful. There's so many worth nothing. It's the Beanie Babies of Christmas is these Hallmark keepsakes. Usually you're safe when it is a something. Like this is Lionel Trains. Or I sold one not too long ago that was Tweety Bird. I sold one not too long ago that was Tom and Jerry. When it's not generic, when it's branded something, that's usually your better bet. But it's still low dollar for those. $13.49 free shipping. Some of the better ones you'd find would be Harley, that kind of thing. But be careful, because I almost, and I'm so glad I didn't. I was at a sale this summer, and they had maybe 300 of those. And I think what had happened is we have a local Hallmark store, and it was a charity garage sale. So I'm guessing they just donated all their old stock, because it was, all of them were years. Like this one's from 2015, but it doesn't say 2015. The other ones, they had years on the ornament. So that makes it even worse, because they have to specifically want it and with that year that is not this year on it. That's really, and I almost pulled the trigger on it, because they wanted 25 cents a piece. and it was just such good value, but it would have been a night. I'm so glad in hindsight I didn't do it. Be careful with Hallmark ornaments. Next up, I got too excited when I saw this one sell. A2 is a vintage Joe Camel can, like ammo belt, basically. It's a long tube where you put your cans in it. Probably most likely, you know, you strap it on your golf bag. You go into a park. You can bring I think it holds 6 cans. Yeah, six in each. And I allotted them together. I paid 50 cents a piece. I got $26.99 free shipping. The reason I got too excited is because it's through the global shipping program. So I got no dollars in shipping, but the total when the sale came through came up $50+. And I was remember back and I didn't think they were worth that much. I remember listing them, but I was like, I don't remember listing them for that much. But then I went to bed and I was like, okay, cool, what a great sale. But it was because they paid $35.60 in shipping to eBay, not to me. I don't get a penny of that. And because it's through the global shipping program, let's see where it's going. It's going to Estonia. That's a new one. I gotta get the map out. I gotta do it. Start stickering all the countries I go to. I guess I could probably pull it now. Let me see where it's at. It's on C4, and it is this Guess purse. And this is what now I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, Sultani, the subscriber giveaway. This is what she decided to get. The reason I brought it up because of international shipping is she lives in Algeria. And so I'm going to try to find a cheap shipping option. If it ends up being too extreme, I really don't think it will be. This is a very light item. I think I'll be able to work it out so it doesn't matter. I might have to limit to continental US on giveaways, or you might have to cover anything beyond, you know, if it goes international shipping, you might have to cover the international shipping. I'll find out. I didn't say that ahead of time. So on this one, it is what it is. But congratulations. This is what the subscriber giveaway ended up getting, a Guess purse. All right, next up, D2 is another one of those Funko Pop base sets, which by the rate of these selling, this shows me I really should have bought them all, but how would I have known until I actually purchased them and started selling them? Next, for that one, $9.99 free shipping. And then next up, C5B5, Kemper Original, C5B, C5B5. Hey. I wish it was a little bit taller. I wish it was a baller. I wish I had a girl who would admit I would call her. That's how that goes, right? C5B5 right here. And for that wig, $12.82 free shipping. All right, and then last thing going out, A3 is a vintage Johnny hand warmer. A3, here we go, buried under here a little bit. This one right here. What it is, it's kind of like a Zippo. You light it, and then you warm your hands on it. Seems dangerous. Seems very old school. Doubt you can still buy these in the store. For that one, $17.99 free shipping. I got that from my father. I think I paid maybe $1 a piece for both of them. And now that's the second one sold. And actually, the first one, they messaged me and said, hey, it's lighting, but then when I close it, it doesn't stay lit, that kind of thing. And they must have figured it out because they ended up leaving me positive feedback. I was like, I have no idea. It's a simple machine. You know, it's fuel, wick, flame. You know, there's no working parts, and I didn't test them. There's no need to test it. It has a wick, has a place to keep the fuel. That's the end. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't really have any answers for you. If there's an issue and you can't figure it out, go ahead and return it. But I don't have any answers. But they left positive feedback. That one's $17.99 free shipping. Kids have a half day of school today, so I don't know if I'll get much else done. But what I will do today, or what I plan on doing today, is exactly what I'm doing right now. Clean up. Actually, you know what? Tip of the day. Tip of the day is when you work for yourself, things like cleaning up, ordering supplies. That's you. That's you. If you're grumbling because you don't got the right boxes or enough bubble wrap, or you keep kicking boxes around your feet, or your place is a mess, it's you. Sorry. You work for yourself. You work by yourself. It's on you. You are the janitor. You are the office administrator. You are all the boxes. You wear all the hats. That's on you. Get it done. Pick a time. What I like to do is when I'm feeling the repetition, feeling the mundane of kind of doing the same thing every day, I will allow myself to take time away from doing that part of my job as long as I'm still doing something productive towards the job, like cleaning. You know, I'll run a vacuum through here. I do want to maybe stop in to a couple thrift stores, maybe even the carpet shop in town, and try to find some more carpet scraps before the really cold months settle in and get the rest of this cement covered up, because it's basically an ice cube. It's the ground freezes, the cement freezes, I'm standing on an ice cube, it takes longer to heat up. I'm probably gonna throw that on for today as well. Maybe take one of the kids with me. Well, that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.